What's up, Koopalings? Rich here with Jose, here to talk about a relatively small Nintendo Direct this morning. Not a ton of major announcements per se, mostly just updates on a variety of games. So Jose, let's just dive right into this thing. Your favorite announcement of the morning?
Just more information on Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. Mm-hmm. It was good to see them finally say how you're traveling sort of between the overworld and whatever this mysterious other world is.
Dark world
yeah,
thing.
Which he would
clarify
not say
that.
the word.
So yeah, what is it? Why there's no dark world?
Well, here's the thing. Iwata was very careful to point out the differences between the Super Nintendo game and this game, which is, sort of a sequel in a way. And the Dark World isn't called the Dark World, it's the other world, an alternate world, and sure. Link can basically... The mechanic we've seen is that he can turn into a drawing and stick to the wall. Mm-hmm. He will then find these cracks in the world, and he can travel between worlds that way. But the other world is sort of a shadowy world, an alternate world, but not...
That was the other thing that Iwata said, was that this is set many, many, many years ahead or into the future
and
from
there's
Link to the
a new
Past.
Link. Yeah, that's
so
right.
It is a new Link. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then the key art that they had released for Link is totally different now. Mm-hmm. He looks more like a Oracle of Seasons or Ages Link in a way, or maybe some sort of Ocarina young Link. Yeah,
exactly.
Which I thought was kind of cool. It was sort of funny that they created this other piece of art that they just don't need that anymore. But I thought that was really cool. I think for me, the highlight was probably confirming that Ace Attorney versus Professor Layton is coming out in 2014. I just am really excited by the idea that more and more games for the 3DS are starting to pile up in 2014. Because this year has been so incredible for 3DS, and you're sitting there going, well, what about 2014? It's sort of a natural reaction. But now we know it's, Ace and Layton. The other Layton game, Azran, is coming out in 2014. Yeah. Bravely Default is 2014. We also know Mario Golf has slid into 2014.
Well, we're seeing more and more 3DS announcements for 2014, but it's still like, what's going on with Wii U in 2014?
Yeah. That's the big question. We know that there are several big Wii U games, but I think we're all sort of sitting there going, okay, can you pile up like you're doing with 3DS? I mean, I believe at this point last year for 3DS, we actually didn't know that we had such a crazy lineup coming for us, in this year. This year, last year, right? So confusing. But so I think that's really, really cool. We already have 4 quite good games, or likely to be quite good games, coming out in 2014, plus whatever Nintendo is planning for that later half of the year. So 3DS looks good. Again, like you said, what are the questions for Wii U? So speaking of sort of uncertainty or whatnot, what was sort of the low point of the conference or the Nintendo Direct? Maybe what was announced that you weren't thrilled about, or what was missing?
I think I just kind of said it actually then. It's just the lack of talk about Wii U and what's going on for 2014. Because it's weird, because going into this thing, they were very clear that this was about announced games for 3DS and Wii U. Yeah. And then we just saw more games slip into, some 3DS games sort of show up as 2014 titles. Like the Layton thing, I think, was the only new announcement.
Yeah, really. I mean, it's a localization deal. But yeah. I think, to me, what was kind of weird was I was at least expecting a little clarification on release dates, particularly for something like Wind Waker, where Japan and Europe got release dates, which are coming actually pretty darn soon. And North America is still October. A Link Between Worlds is still November. So I was hoping for a little more clarity on that. Not a huge deal. I mean, whenever they come out, I'll gladly, pick them up, play them, that sort of thing. But I was a little kind of, come on, just tell me when this game's coming out. And then I guess the other thing was I was hoping, because Pikmin 3 had just come out, to hear a little bit about DLC or whatever that mystery code we were talking about.
Yeah, as well,
So I was hoping for a little bit of that. But all in all, they said just expect, updates on existing titles. And I thought that's what we got. So it was fairly reasonable. I thought the Animal Crossing Plaza thing's kind of cool.
That's the thing I'm still
You've been
trying
messing
to
around
figure
with
out.
that?
Yeah,
Pretty
I have
good?
been toying around with it this morning, and I'm still trying to figure out exactly. It's basically a social hub to share a lot of your Animal Crossing content.
It's WarWar Plaza with Miiverse
But you can
integration.
put it on Miiverse, exactly. You can put posts, you can put photos, you can pick a favorite character. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool stuff. Maybe there's better stuff coming.
I feel like, Nintendo has already said that Miiverse is coming to 3DS, and we know they're sort of headed in this direction where 3DS and Wii U will kind of merge a little more. And I think this is slowly trending that direction. I don't know why they just don't say it, but we're slowly going that way.
I just remember too, isn't there one more update planned that was not spoken of at all this morning?
The summer Wii U update, which is now more of a fall update, is still coming. And they already announced that another Nintendo Direct is coming this Friday for Wonderful 101. I have a feeling we're going to see quite a few Nintendo Directs in the coming months. That's no official anything. Don't go writing about this.
What, like one a month?
I think we'll see a fairly frequent update rate because we already have 2 this week, but they still haven't given us any real information on Donkey Kong or Mario World. So I think we'll actually start to get more, or honestly, a Link Between Worlds. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Nintendo Direct just for that game. They're holding back a little bit, but I think that's kind of good. I mean, if we got a Nintendo Direct once or twice a month, that's pretty awesome. And I will welcome smaller Nintendo Directs for a more frequent Nintendo Direct, just to creates a buzz, creates an excitement,
sure.
And I sort of enjoy that frequent update rate from Nintendo, a company that traditionally for decades has been pretty quiet. So anyway, that's about it for this morning's Nintendo Direct. Stay tuned to IGN because this Friday we've got another Nintendo Direct, plus all the latest updates on every single game you heard about this morning. Thanks, guys.